Hello guys, welcome back to the Broto Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about Harmony's one token and what the project is all about and why I feel that this project hasn't really gotten the recognition that it needs to get, right? As always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research and the projects that we cover on our channel. For this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website harmony.one in order to learn more about their project, right? But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go through the information presented in CoinMarketCap, especially the peripheral information that's given at the bottom of CoinMarketCap about the project. But I recommend you guys to do your in-depth analysis before you invest in this project, right? So what is Harmony or the one token, right? Harmony is a blockchain platform designed to facilitate the creation and use of decentralized applications. The network aims to innovate the way decentralized applications work by focusing on random state sharding, which allows creating blocks in seconds. According to the project's website, Harmony is expected to introduce cross-shard contracts and a cross-chain infrastructure by the end of 2021. So again, Harmony is basically a blockchain platform, right? Just like any other blockchain platforms, it's a blockchain platform that allows for creative and specialized decentralized applications or dApps to be built on top of it, right? But the main thing about Harmony is what makes it unique from several other chains is it uses something called random state sharding that basically allows for any blocks to be created in seconds, which basically means that any dApp that's running on top of the Harmony One blockchain is very, it enables those dApps to utilize this random state sharding in order to access the quick transactions and low transaction fees of the Harmony One blockchain, right? So here they're also basically stating that according to the project's website, this project is expected to introduce cross-shard contracts, which means they're going to look into interoperability with other platforms and a cross-chain infrastructure by the end of 2021. So again, they're mainly focusing on expansion to connect multiple other chains, and I think most of the work for this is happening already, and it's going to be fully functional by the end of 2021. So who are the founders of Harmony? So Harmony has a very interesting background, but if you look at it from CoinMarketCap's page, you can clearly get a peripheral view because most people don't spend a lot of time about the founders, but in my opinion, I feel like a project's founders are going to give you more information about what experiences they have and why they created this project, right? Stephen C is the founder and CEO of Harmony. He has a PhD from the University of Pennsylvania, specializing in cryptographic protocols and type theory. While finishing his degree, Dr. C became a research intern at Microsoft. In 2006, he started working as a senior engineer at Google, spending 4 years in the company. In 2011, he founded SpotSetter, a successful search engine which Apple later acquired. In 2014, Dr. C became the principal engineer for Apple. He founded Harmony in 2017. The Harmony founding team comprises of 12 people, with 7 of them being former employees at Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. So this kind of shows you the main background of the founder and CEO of Harmony, which is basically Stephen Say. He basically has a long and continuous experience working in Microsoft, Google, and Apple, which basically helped him create a blockchain that in a way takes core essences from many of these kind of companies and integrates them in a decentralized blockchain manner, right? So again, it's a very interesting read. If you guys want to read more about the founder, you can go to the website harmony.one and read about the team and the about section in order to see what this project, what is the motivation for creating this project, right? So moving on to what makes Harmony unique. So when it comes to smart contract based blockchains, there are several projects that claim to be faster than Ethereum, or several projects that claim to be the fastest blockchain in the crypto space right now. Amongst those tough competition, what makes Harmony One the best project? So if you see, focusing on processing speed and validation, the Harmony mainnet aims to revolutionize block creation. By introducing the sharding process, the company reduced node validation time significantly. So again, they're placing a lot of emphasis on their sharding technology that they've implemented, which is also something that in some ways is an inspiration for the Ethereum 2.0's sharding background, right? So again, that's something which you should know, because Harmony One is a project that has existed for quite some time. It's a legacy. It's kind of like a second generation or third generation legacy blockchain that has existed since at least the early, I believe, 2017 or 2016, late 2016, which has basically made it a very strong candidate for people to invest in, because when it comes to projects that are old in cryptocurrency, you can find very little projects that are very old, right? Apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum, there are several projects that literally started a year ago, and they make huge claims with a lot of inconsistencies and even outright exaggeration, right? But when it comes to Harmony, they have been around for quite some time, and it's a very interesting process by which they are using sharding to process fast transactions and reduce speeds, and that's one of their main highlights, right? Even though the word sharding may be a commonplace term used because of the current crypto scenario, I think one of the earliest people to recognize the full potential of sharding was the Harmony team, right? So that's something that they deserve credit for. To ensure the protection of nodes and secure the validation process, Harmony introduces the verifiable random function, or VRF, for unbiased and unpredictable shard membership. This means that nodes and validators are assigned and reassigned in a randomized manner. So again, here they're talking about some of the technicalities when it comes to nodes and the security of the blockchain itself. So you guys can obviously go through this in detail on their website, but overall they are using mechanisms that make Harmony's sharding process much more efficient, right? The project's Harmony Grants program is an initiative that aims to support innovation and attract developers to the Harmony mainnet. So again, one of the main problems with the crypto space right now is there's a serious shortage of developers, right? So in order to attract talented people to their project, Harmony has its own Harmony Grants program, which basically allows for developers who want to develop on top of the Harmony blockchain to get grants which they can later use for their own dApps, which will be plugged in with the Harmony blockchain, right? So that's pretty much a commonplace for many projects right now. If you see, Ethereum has its Ethereum Foundation, Polkadot has its Web3 Foundation, and Harmony has its Harmony Grants Foundation, right? So again, pretty commonplace right now. So if you see how many Harmony One coins are in circulation. So again, now when it comes to tokenomics, we need to understand the tokenomics before investing in a project, right? So if you see, Harmony has a max supply of 12.6 billion tokens. Again, that's a lot of tokens, but it is a blockchain project, so they need to pay node operators as well as people who secure the blockchain in the proof of stake manner. They need to provide them incentives to keep the network secure, and therefore they have to justify a high max supply, and that's one of the reasons why you see blockchains having such high max supplies. But again, overall, if you take the proof of stake consensus as well as the people who stake Harmony One tokens in order to run a node, overall it is in a way like a sustainable system, provided there's a lot of adoption for this blockchain, right? As of February 2021, the circulating supply on the market is about 9.4 billion tokens. Again, there's 9.4 billion tokens already in circulation out of the 12.6 billion tokens. So that's something to know. And this is as of February 2021, right? Out of the total supply of One tokens, 22.4% were dedicated to the initial seed sale. Another 12.5% were set aside for an additional launchpad sale. The Harmony founding team and developers received 16.9% of the total supply. About 26.4% of the one tokens were dedicated to protocol development, while another 21.8% were directed towards ecosystem development. So again, if you see, the main point to keep here is amongst the distribution, 16.9% goes to the founding team and developers. So I try to look at the equity of how much tokens obviously were allocated to the team and advisors, and what's the vesting schedule. I believe that the vesting schedule is very linear, so there is no real issue with a lot of tokens being dumped into the market, which is a main concern for investors. But overall, since this project has been around for quite some time, I think most of these tokens have already been most of the vested tokens have already undergone a proper unlocking schedule based on its own vesting schedule, and I believe that the founders probably might have dumped a bit of tokens, which explains the the long term the price slumping that we've seen in the short term, right? So apart from that, I don't think there's any issue to worry about when it comes to tokenomics. How is the Harmony network secured? Harmony introduces a new version of proof of stake consensus called effective proof of stake, or EPOS. With this method allows simultaneous staking from hundreds of validators. This consensus method was developed in accordance with the sharding concept utilized in the Harmony network. So again, if you want to understand the consensus mechanism, you need to understand proof of stake, which is basically staking tokens in order to secure the network. But Harmony network uses a modified version of proof of stake called effective proof of stake, or EPOS, which basically allows for hundreds of validators to stake simultaneously, which is something which is very innovative that Harmony developed back in the time. But now I think it's kind of catching on, and several projects are implementing some version of EPOS on their own consensus mechanism, right? Unlike proof of work consensus mechanism, EPOS is designed for faster processing times and improved scalability. While proof of work requires a lot of electrical and computing power, staking consensus methods rely on an abundance of value holders who become validators. Again, obviously proof of work mechanism is a very outdated mechanism for consensus, and I think that's one of the main reasons why Ethereum itself is moving from a proof of work consensus to proof of stake consensus. Proof of stake allows for extremely high scalability and faster processing times, which is something that we can obviously see from Harmony because it uses a modified proof of stake mechanism called EPOS. Harmony is also looking to boost staking incentives to attract more node operators. The Harmony One staking initiative encourages interaction with the network and incentivizes stakeholders with the highest amount of one tokens. Again, there's a little bit of a caveat when it comes to staking, because you basically have to stake a lot of Harmony One tokens in order to kind of be attracted to in order to get more incentives, more inflationary rewards from the Harmony blockchain. Again, that causes a few individuals with high capital to game the system, right? Although this is, on the grand scheme of things, not really something that we would expect from a decentralized project. We would want to have utmost decentralization. Harmony One tries to address this by providing incentives to people who stake Harmony, and thereby trying to make sure that the bad actors who have a lot of one token staked won't game the system, right? So again, it's something that is a work in progress, which we'll continuously have to see in order to see how Harmony One performs. But overall, I think this has proven to be successful for them in the past, right? So that's something that I think they should continuously look into to make the network itself more decentralized, right? So again, that's basically it for the overall overview. Harmony is a blockchain project that allows for decentralized applications to be built on top of it. If you want to learn more about the project in detail, you can go to the website where they have a lot of information that is not really covered in this video that can help you guys understand this project in a bit more detail. You can even see through its architecture, the community, as well as some of the social information, social media information that you can also look into to see if this is a project that's for you, right? Here they've also have information about the teams themselves, so you can kind of like see which projects they're involved in. So they do have partnerships and ecosystem integrations with several other projects. Binance, Huobi Global, Ledger, MetaMask, Math Wallet are some of their partners. You can also see they are trying to become an interoperable chain pretty soon, which is going to be something that will definitely boost a lot of adoption. You can see some of the news and progress as well as other information that will be relevant for your research, right? So overall, again, let's go back to the CoinMarketCap page. This token is currently ranked 89th on CoinMarketCap based on its market cap, and is currently trading at $6 cents per token with a decent pump of 1.42%. Again, not too great and not too bad. But if you see the market cap, it is only $657 million in market cap. So again, when you take a blockchain-based project, you would expect the project to have at least $1 billion in market cap because of how blockchain smart contract based projects are viewed these days. But this project is exceptionally low when it comes to market cap, and that shows that this project has a lot of room to grow. And if everything succeeds based on what they're planning, I think they will reach at least $1 to $2 billion in market cap in the mid to short term goal period, right? So based on that, I would still value this project as an undervalued project. And if you see, they have about 82% of the token currently in circulation. Again, the information that we saw before was as of February 2021, but now it seems like 10.31 billion tokens are in circulation out of the 12.6 billion. So again, we are slowly nearing the max supply point, which is going to be a good thing, because after a point you won't have any inflationary pressure pushing the price down, and that will be a good thing for investors, right? So again, it's a very interesting phenomenon nonetheless. So if you take the charts, you can clearly see that when it comes to dollar comparative, the token price has been available since 2019, mid of 2019, when the token was trading at 2 cents per token, and after that shortly it kind of like was at a price point of less than a cent for pretty much its entire time period till early this year, when the token price went from obviously $0.008 to an all-time highs of about $0.2, which is again 20 cents per token, and then crashed down. And it had been in a crashing session for quite some time, until recently when the price started bouncing back to 6 cents per token. Again, I would probably say that this token can go a little bit lower in price point during the upcoming weeks, but once Bitcoin starts going up, this token will start following Bitcoin, right? So if you are looking to buy this token, you can clearly see that it has had a significant pullback since its all-time highs. It hasn't really made a lot of all-time highs, so which means this token still has a long way to go, which means if you're buying at this price point, you are still going to be in profit in a couple of years, right? Again, not financial advice, but just my opinion. If you take the Bitcoin compared to the other hand, it's pretty much a similar pattern. Initially the token price was worth 264 satoshis per token, but it kind of went to an all-time lows period where it was trading at 29 satoshis, somewhere between 20 to 30 satoshis, occasionally making some blips on the map. But apart from that, its all-time low price point was about 16 satoshis. That was the case early January, but since then the token has made its all-time highs of about 362 satoshis per token, and then now it's kind of in the cooling phase, because the entire market is in the cooling phase, right? So again, I would say that at this price point you are pretty much buying it from at a discount from its all-time highs, a significant discount from its all-time highs, and therefore it would be a good price point to good dollar cost average in, especially if you are looking to buy this token after your research, right? So if you take the markets where it's available at, you can clearly see that this token has ample liquidity on Binance, the main exchange, Binance.us, the US-based exchange of Binance, and then KuCoin, Huobi Global, Gay.io. You can pretty much get it from all tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 exchanges, and Binance being the one main exchange with a huge liquidity, and Huobi Global is the alternative for people who can't really access Binance because of the current FUD. So you can pretty much see that there's a lot of liquidity in several huge exchanges, so you can basically get it from any exchange, right? So what's my final verdict on this token? I believe the token price to reach at least 10 cents by the end of this bull run, and it can even go past 15 cents if we are lucky by the end of this bull run. But the long-term price potential for this token is huge. Since the circulating supply is completely nearing the max supply, there won't be any more tokens to mint, and therefore there will be price appreciation because of that. As a lot of people are staking this token, there's not a lot of selling pressure, but you can occasionally see people selling their stack, and that's going to cause some selling pressure. But overall, the token is a very strong token. It's been there for quite some time now, and the price point of 10 to 15 cents for the short term is not really surprising, and for the long term, somewhere between 25 to 30 cents per token is going to be expected from this token. You can't expect this token to go to $1 per token. It's going to be extremely hard to go to that level. The token may potentially be able to be fully relevant if they try to implement some innovative integrations and work with projects that can literally port with Harmony's blockchain. But if you want to look into Harmony's current farm, some of the farms that they have, you can go to vfat.tools and search for the Harmony 1 location, and it will show you some of the farms that are available. I think Viper Swap, I'm not really sure, I don't know if it's Viper Swap, but Viper Swap is probably one of the biggest decentralized exchanges built on top of the Harmony 1 blockchain. So you can use that one, you can do some yield farming and get some really good returns. But for now, it's still in its infancy, and I think this project will eventually become more relevant as it starts becoming cross-chain and starts bringing in some huge dApps from Ethereum, Polkadot, as well as Binance Smart Chain, right? Again, that's just my verdict, guys. Remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.